Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to our beautiful April Circle of White. What a wonderful time to be alive, and how wonderful to welcome so many of you in Circle today. Many of you long-standing members and some new guests as well. So thank you to each of you for being here and to contributing the light that you are to this circle and to the energetic transmissions that will be received from it. The energy that you bring supports each of the other people on the call, so that know that by being here and by embodying the energy of love and light that you do, you are a significant presence both in this call and in the world. So thank you so much to each of you, with much gratitude and much love from my heart to yours. And the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light asked me to say that the Archangels of Absolute Light and the Indian Ascended Masters of Absolute Light, especially Babaji of Absolute Light, are going to be activating all of us live on the call or listening in on replay very highly as we listen. They're not going to be doing that through a meditation today, because they want there to be time for many messages to come through. He is saying now we will be going into meditation, but we won't be asked to repeat any special words to do the activation or anything. That will be happening while we are in this shared energetic space together, and as the Archangels of Absolute Light fill this shared energetic space that we are in with their diamond crystalline light codes. So know that it is being done, trust that it is being done, know within your heart and within your hearts knowing that it is being done, is what he is saying now. And at the same time, we are going to be as well as receiving that activation, to be the powerful leaders of light that we came here to be, and many of us already are and are already embodying some of that and stepping into a higher embodiment of that, as he is saying now. It is time for the light workers of the planet to step forth and to come up really into a higher embodiment of light, a higher embodiment of love, and a higher embodiment of service at this time, because this is what humanity needs from us at this time, and this is the time that we are here for, that we are born for, and this is the service that we came here to give, and that we have been preparing ourselves for in the years leading up to this very great and tumultuous event on our planet. So he says that as we are activated in that, we are going to be first connecting deeply with ourselves in meditation and with our own sacred heart space, and supporting ourselves by coming into the grounded energy of the heart, the calm, the beautiful, the deeply present energy of the heart, which is what allows us to be connected to our presence and power, which is what we need to powerfully embody our light and our love as we walk forward in the world, being those leaders, those active leaders of love and light that we came to be. And then we're going to receive a group message and messages for individuals on the call, though he says it won't be in the terms of naming people. It will say, he says it will be more like, there is one here who needs to hear this. So take what resonates with you. What is meant for one many times is meant for many. So I hope that many of the messages that are brought forth today will resonate with many of you on a very deep level. And as I said, I am so grateful to each of you for being here, not just for being in this circle, but for being in the world at this time, and including myself in that. All of us are stepping out boldly. We're stepping into a higher embodiment of light and love than we have ever dared to do before. It's a wonderful time to be alive, and let us honor each other and honor ourselves as we come together in this sacred circle. So thank you all. And now if we start by going into a place of deep meditation, I'm being asked to lead you in a meditation now to first connect. So coming into the energy of your own sacred heart space. The temple of your heart. Knowing that it is a pure, crystalline diamond light temple that lives within you, is within you at all times, and is the infrastructure for the crystalline diamond light body to be born within you and to be activated within your cells and your DNA, and to be brought forth powerfully as the embodiment of love and of light that you are as you walk on the planet now. And it's the Archangel Raphael of absolute light coming through now. And he says that as we rest, this time of silent energy, silent meditation, combining our energy together, then the archangels of absolute light are activating each of us very highly to receive more knowing of the love and the light that we are and that we came here to be and to embody. And of this, our highest divine truth, known as a visceral knowing, an embodied knowing, a sacred embodied knowing, so that we may know the sacred nature of that which we are, which is, he says, divine light embodied, incarnated in human form here just for a season, but infinite in the all that we are, one with the infinite nature of all that is, and allowed to and able to tap into this connection at any time. It is only us who needs to give ourselves permission to do this, he says. We are the only ones that stand in our own way by believing that we are unworthy or undeserving, that we are not able to do this. He insists now strongly that this is not true, that each of us can come into resonance with the divinity, the divine light, that is all that is what we are, with our own divine light, here as we are embodied and incarnated in human form, in each and every moment of now, that we simply put our focus on this, allow ourselves to open up to the receiving of this, to be present with the presence of love and of light that we feel in our heart. And to be present with the breath, breathing deeply in of the life-giving energy that supports and sustains us. He asks us to take a breath of this deeply into our heart space now. And as we release it, to feel this energy sustaining us, supporting us, nourishing us, giving us strength, bringing us into a deeply centered and grounded place where we are able to stand in our own power, the power of the embodiment of who we are and the light that we are, the power of the embodiment of our truth. For he says that it is now time for each of us to come to know ourselves in our own sacred truth. That this is the time for this to be done and to unfold upon the face of the planet, not just those of us who have traditionally unto this point called ourselves light workers or way showers, working to spread the light on the planet, but for the whole of humanity. It is now time for the entirety of the human race and all the animals and all the creatures to come into a higher embodiment of light, a higher embodiment of love, and to align with a higher ascension timeline for the whole. And that as each of us does this as an individual, so we will be supported, and so we will also be supporting in doing this as an individual, this being performed and enacted for the whole. Thank you. That is all that he wishes to say to us now. And the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light wishes us to continue to connect into this energy of the heart, the purity of the love that we hold there. Allowing ourselves to feel this love as an embracing, which embraces ourselves first with open arms, accepting and holding every part of us, so that we are able to deeply hold, to deeply love, to deeply trust ourselves. And to come into a deeper knowing of ourselves as embodied light in the world. Which he wishes us to do by remembering to come back into this space of connection. Often throughout our days, so that we come back into this place of strength and of power, this retreat from the noise, this retreat from what is going on in the physical world around us if it is not serving us. And even when it is, he suggests that in some cases we can over bombard ourselves with information, with processes, with listening to sessions that other people are leading, time and time again, listening for a larger portion of our awakening hours. He says, well, that is a wonderful thing to do and certainly supports us in the upliftment of our own energy field and also the upliftment of the vibration of the whole of humanity and the planet. And it is now Yogananda of Absolute Light coming through too and saying, but remember to sit deeply in the silence within, to sit deeply in the temple, of your own sacred heart. And he asks you to envision the doors of that sacred heart, pure white doors, pure crystalline light doors being opened now so that you can receive more love and more light from above and from all around, to fill your heart with the highest essence of the love and the light that you are now. And he asks us now to rest in silence for 3 minutes as he and the other Indian Ascended Masters of Absolute Light perform this very powerful activation of our heart space to come into higher alignment with our crystalline diamond light body and our embodiment of this now. And the Archangel Metatron wishes to come back in and visit with us again now, thanking each of us for being so willing, so deeply willing to open our hearts to receive of this love. He asks that we now turn this transmission of love out towards the planet, beaming the love and the light that we are deeply out in to every far recess of the planet now, visualizing the love that we send there as an energetic transmission, transforming the face of the earth and bringing it into a higher alignment with divine love, with divine light, and with the highest, the most absolute highest ascension and awakening timeline for the whole. And he asks that we continue to hold and to embody this energy of love for Gaia, of love for the earth, of love for self, and love for the whole of humanity for the next 7 minutes. It says that much of this time will be spent in silence as we continue to be highly activated, but that at times different beings of absolute light will be popping in and out with messages for us. He wants to thank us now that he says that this is part of our service work here as light workers and way showers on the face of the earth to bring about an energetic transformation of humanity, which we do by focusing our energy on that which it is that we wish to see and to uphold and to uplift and to see more of in the world. To turn our attention away from that which does not serve, that which brings us into a place of fear or insecurity or anxiety, feeling of powerlessness or not knowing. And instead to return to this place of all knowing, where we know by the sacred feeling within our heart space, the light that we are, the love that we are, and the power, the authentic and true power that we have as we embody this energy of love and of light to bring about great, far-reaching transformation upon the face of the planet. There's a message coming through now for one who is here. It says, you are love, dear one, you are love. You have not allowed yourself to recognize yourself as this. You have condemned yourself and blamed yourself. There is no need for you to do this anymore. You are love, you are light, you are forgiven. Forgive yourself now. There was never anything to forgive. And carrying on from this, and it's suggested that this will resonate with many of you on a very deep level. You are perfect in all of your imperfections. All of your imperfections are beautiful, for they are the unique light and the unique way in which you chose to embody in the world. And it is through these, what you perceive and see as imperfections, that you are able to reach out to others more fully, more tenderly, with a more compassionate and loving and understanding heart. For it is time upon the planet for each to recognize themselves as equal with every other, not to elevate themselves above or to put themselves below, but to recognize that each carries the divine light and the divine love within, that this is all that is, and that in this all are equal now. And I'm being shown before me an image of an angel with far-reaching wings of pure light. And it's being said that when we connect into this depth and beauty of our energetic presence as the energetic truth of who we are, just pausing there, there is a throat chakra clearing coming up for one or many of you. I can feel the tickle in my throat that signifies that that is so. Asking each of you to breathe pure aquamarine blue light directly into your throat chakra now, as if from a pure ball of light located in front of your throat and about the size of your hand. So let's just do this together for 2 breaths now. They're saying that as we continue to know ourselves as this embodiment of love and of light, and to connect to this beautiful energy that lives deep within our own sacred heart of space of self, then we become that angel with the wings that are far reaching out into space, out into time, blessing all those with whom we come into contact with. But when we are grounded in this energetic presence, then we put forth a vibration that helps others to align with a higher expression of self and to come into a deeper knowing of their own truth, simply by who we are being and the things that we are saying and doing, as we are listening to our guidance and following with the saying and doing that we are doing in the world, the highest guidance that we are able to receive at any time. The Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light would like to activate each of us in this circle here now powerfully to receive more fully, more deeply, more accurately, more truly of our own highest guidance, and to really feel deeply into the connection to this and to be able to feel this as a strong and secure connection that is there for us at any time that we need, that we can always turn to, knowing that answers are given, whether they are given in the immediate as an immediate response or whether they take some time in reaching us, and also helping us to come into a higher embodiment of trust, not only that that is so, but that that is divinely perfect and that all is okay. It says, know that all is well. In each and every moment. All is well. And as the Divine Feminine representatives of Absolute Light Grace are circle as an honorary guest and honorary energetic presence today. They are not usually here with us in this circle with the archangels and Indian ascended masters of Absolute Light, though they are another energy that I channel. They wish to say thank you to each of you and to bless you. to say that it is this light that you, each of you uniquely, and we as a collective embody, that is going to help us upraise and uplift and transform the world. They ask us to trust in the power of this light, as it is brought forth through us, knowing that we do not need to do anything, simply to step into trust and to do what is asked of us, following our guidance as accurately as we are able, but knowing that it is okay, that it is forgiven when we do not get it right, that it is understood that as we are incarnated in this physical world, in physical bodies, then we are not able to see from such a wide and high perspective as that of divine source light, which is the perspective that they in the higher realms and higher dimensions are often also privileged to. And so for us, it is easier to take that wrong step, that misstep, or to be fearful about taking that right step. And they wish to transmute and alleviate that fear for us now, so that we can step forward in strong trust and strong knowing that we are on our right path as we follow our guidance and do the things that we are asked to do. And they are activating this within each of our sacred heart spaces now. And Divine Mother, as one of the representatives of the Divine Feminine of Absolute Light, is now coming through. She says, do bless each and every one of her children, both on this call, and she says also by the embodied presence of love that you embody as you walk out from this call, still radiating the energy of connection that you have felt to your truth, your true self, and to the light within and the light without. She says that as you radiate this light without over the next 24 to 48 hours, it will continue to bless. Her blessing will be upon all those whom you come into contact with. And in these times of social isolation, she suggests that she will extend this blessing to those who you come into contact with in a virtual context as well as a physical presence. So she asked that if there is someone on your heart, if someone is put in your mind or your heart to reach out to, give them a call, chat with them on Zoom, connect with them. She says you do need to be there as a visible presence in their space. So she suggests a Zoom call or a Facebook Messenger call or something like that for the full impact of her light codes to be transmitted to the other person, and that the next 24 hours is when they are going to be strongest. Some of you know it's coming up to your bedtime, so maybe when you wake up in the morning might be more appropriate, but she says that your voice will also transmit this energy and these light codes on her behalf as you are grounded in the love that she is now filling each of you with. But that either your physical presence in the place or your visible presence as an energetic transmission on the other side of a computer screen will actually have more power and more impact on the timeline of that person. She says that each of your guidance teams and your own higher selves and oversouls, as well as the sacred consciousness of Gaia of Absolute Light, will be stepping in to communicate with you. So if you do find yourself thinking of someone throughout the day, trust that, act on that. Do not hesitate. She implores you now to act on that guidance, to connect with, to get in touch with and connect with that person in as real and physical a way as you can in the physical world at this time. And she said that you do not need to mention that this is going to be an energetic transmission for them in any way, though you can if you wish to, depending on who the other person is. Just trust that it is so. Speak to them for 5 minutes or more as you please. You have a lot of people come into your heart space that you want to speak with and allowed to receive deeply of this energy. So she suggests short 5 to 6 minute calls with each of them. Or she says, if there's someone who you know is deeply in pain and deeply in suffering and deeply in trouble, if you actually stay on the call longer and stay with them as an energetic presence for an hour or more, then that too will allow her energetic presence to be transmitted in a very strong and a very powerful way. And that is the end of what she wishes to say to us, the light workers and the way showers of the world now. There's a message coming in from Mary Magdalene of Absolute Light now for one of you, asking you to see yourself as a beautiful flower that is blooming anew every day, that is each day comes forth and passes. You are blooming in renewed beauty, renewed joy, and you are renewed in your energy and in your alignment by your own energetic presence and your own commitment and decision to connect within. And that is how she says that you bring forth the beauty within and bring that out to be a beauty that also lives without. What she suggests, that when we have beautiful, beautiful, deeply pure and beautiful and wishing to serve hearts, and that beauty lights up our face, lights up our eyes, and shines and radiates out of us and touches the world. She wishes us to know ourselves as beautiful in this way too, not just to focus on the physical vessel and the faults and the imperfections or otherwise of that, but to know ourselves as beautiful, soul-centered beings of light who are connected to our soul and who embody that essence, and that is what we allow to radiate through us in every moment, in every word, in every thought, in every deed. And she says that is the beauty that we are, and that is the beauty that we are creating as a human collective now. And as the goddess Cleopatra and the goddess Freya of Absolute Light come in and combine their energy with hers now on this call, and for those of us on this call, they say, know that it is so. They are very powerful embodiments of light. They are into action, decisive, concise action, and they say, know that it is so, and take action in accordance and in alignment with your highest guidance, trusting it to be so, trusting that you will be supported, knowing that the divine is on your side in all things, and that when you are acting from a sacred place of intention where you wish to be of service to the whole and of the absolute highest embodiment of light in the planet, then it is so, and that things are moved in great ways to support you in doing this. So what you see as impossible and as a barrier and as a wall before you dissolves and falls away as you are supported and enabled to do what it is that you wish to do and that your highest guidance has guided you to do, to be of support for the highest timeline and the highest path and the highest collective timeline of the whole. The Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light would like to ask us to take the remainder of this time to deeply connect within and to ask for answers from our own soul to the questions that are most pressing on our hearts in these times. And he says that we will be activated by him and the other archangels and beings of Absolute Light, including the galactics and the divine feminine of Absolute Light, to support us in connecting with and receiving this guidance in a powerful way. Though it is not all to be in this moment, much of it will be unfolding in the next days and weeks, and that we are to trust the process and know that we can receive the answers to our questions. So he says, dear beautiful ones, which is the question that is most prominent and most present in your sacred heart of self? What is it that you wish to ask that you wish to ask for support for from the divine, that you wish to give thanks to the divine. He asks to bring these energies together, the energy of gratitude for what it is that has already been received and the guidance that has already been received, standing in this knowing of yourself as a being of light that is already connected to, has already connected to in the past, in the physical time and space dimension, connected to your own guidance, and knowing that this is possible for you again and again and again. And standing in that presence and standing in that knowing, remembering that feeling, the gratitude and love for that welling up in your heart now as you remember that time that you were helped, that you were supported, that you received that blessing that you needed, that divine synchronicity that you needed, that guidance that came in the exact moment that you needed, and remembering the perfection, the divine perfection of that, and how it unfolded, and how in the process perhaps you were untrusting and not trusting that it was so, but then in the end it came forth to be so. So remembering all of that and holding that in your sacred heart space so that you don't lose faith in the days to come. He asks that you now, remembering that it is so, and that in the same way the guidance will definitely and clearly be received this time also. You ask that the question that is on your heart, and wait now in silence for 3 minutes to receive any of the answers or the parts of the answers, the part of the path that might be revealed to you in this very sacred moment of now, knowing that more is to be forthcoming and coming forth over the next few days. Dear beautiful beloved ones, it is I, Divine Mother of Absolute Light, and there is still a little more that I wish to share with you today. I wish to share with each of you the expression, the deep expression of my love for the beauty that you are, and to thank you for being here in the earth plane at this time, and for doing the great acts of service that you are doing, being the great act of service that you are being in your sheer beingness in the world. For dear ones, it is all about the way that you are being and the energy that you are embodying. And so many of you in this group and on this call are leaning into a very high embodiment of the absolute love and the absolute light that you already are, and can come to know yourself as, and did indeed come here to this place to know yourself as. So thank you, dear, beautiful, beloved ones who walk upon my back and know me also as Mother Gaia. For Divine Mother is also one of the names that is used for Mother Gaia, the sacred consciousness of the earth. I thank each of you for being the light that you are, for being the presence of light that you are in the world, for being the presence of love that you are in the world, and for sharing this out widely and deeply with everyone that you come into contact with, not just those who are dear and close to you, but also the man in the grocery store who takes your money or packs up your vegetables. I see the way that you turn your smiles and your light and your blessings upon these people, and in doing so you help to light up that person's day and also to bring them into a higher embodiment of their truth. For we need such strong examples as you, dear, beautiful, beloved ones, as you are walking in the world at this time, showing people what it means to be the embodiment of love, the embodiment of care, the embodiment of kindness, the embodiment of compassion, the embodiment of passion, and what it means to be, most of all, the embodiment of presence. That presence where you are connected to your sacred I am presence of light, and allow that to be what is brought forth through you and in each and every sacred moment of now. For it is the light that you came here to be, and the light that you came here to embody. And you are doing this so beautifully already, my dear ones, and I just ask you to simply put your focus and your intention on doing this more, doing this more, doing this more in each and every moment. What can I do to be the light here? What can I say to be the light here? What can I bring forth that will truly be of highest service to this person who sits before me and upon whom I have been given the task of serving in this sacred moment of now, seeing this as a divine act of service that has been given to you, service not just to the divine, but service to the whole of the human collective, as well as service to your own soul. For your soul loves and so delights when you are able to come forth and pour forth more of the true essence of yourself as you are walking in the world, as you are in these times, dear one. And much of this is due to the efforts of the light workers that have walked before you on the planet and opened this path up with you and shared of themselves so authentically and truly and openly in ways that have supported you in reaching the place you are now on your paths. And so now, dear ones, the baton is being passed on to you, and it is your time. It is your time. It is your time. It is your time, dear ones, to take this baton and to hold it firmly and with pride, knowing that you are here also to be a carrier and a bearer of the light and to share that light in the world. And you are here to support those who come after you and below you. For we do not speak of below in terms of hierarchy, but there are different levels of awakening. And now there are many in the collective who are only just starting their awakening path, and they will need so much support and help from those like you who are already much further along. So remember this, treat them with kindness, with compassion, with respect for the place where they are, remembering perhaps where you were when you were at the start of your journey, and all the uncertainty and fear perhaps that went along with that, and the not knowingness, while also understanding that now there is so much strong photonic light coming into the planet that their path may be even more transformational, even more transformative and highly accelerated than many of you have seen your own to be. So holding space for them to be the brilliant, beautiful being of light that they are, and acknowledging this within them, not thinking, well, they've only been on this path for a few months or a year, but acknowledging that they, like you, are divine light, and they, like you, are here to shine and to be the embodiment of divine light and love in the world, and allowing that to come forth through them in your support of them, the people who are coming up below you to support you and the other light workers and way showers and ascension catalysts and ascension timeline activators in being the embodiment of love and of light, and in perpetuating this in the world that is to come forth and be born forth from this place. And so it is now. Thank you, dear and beautiful ones, each of you, for combining your beautiful energy in this sacred space of circle. It is I, Mary, Mother of Jesus of Absolute Light, talking with you now. And I wish only to say that I love, deeply love each one of you. I hold you as a deep, strong presence within my heart. Know yourself to be the same embodiment of love that I am and that I was as I walked in the world. And know, as was said before me, the other channelings that have come through in this circle today, you are being deeply supported on your path, both as a collective and as individuals now. That there are teams of angels coming in to support each and every one of you on your highest aligned path. To open up to receive more of this support, all you need to do is to ask it in. So let us ask it in together now, saying, I ask for the support of the higher dimensions to come in powerfully for me now. And so it is. So with deep gratitude from my heart to each of yours, I'm not sure if you want to continue to rest in this beautiful energetic space, or if there's something that you'd like to share in our last few minutes of circle. If anyone, there is anything that you would like to share, I'd love to open up the space for you to do so. And thank you all.
I had an interesting experience that I'll try to share. I'm not entirely trying to put it into words yet, but so I've noticed while we were doing the thing that part of my current spiritual practice is an expression is a physical expression of how I feel on the inside. And I never realized that I never realized that's what it was. I just know that it helped and it's part of what I do, and then I move on. And that I need to actually kind of bring it around the other way. And instead of doing the emotional thing on the outside, I need to do the physical thing on the inside, which is the part that is hard to explain. But like there's like making myself use my emotional muscles to do the same things that I would be doing with my physical muscles, but also doing it in a different way that isn't simply uncomfortable for uncomfortable's sake. Right? So like, yes, I feel this way, but I'm deserving of blah. So keep doing the internal physical thing that really feels like it sucks while trying to take it in differently.
Right, that's beautiful. And maybe inviting in more ease and grace with that too. So it doesn't have to feel difficult and it doesn't have to feel like a struggle. Inviting in the ease and the grace, and to be supported in that embodiment of ease and grace as you're walking in the world.
I'll get there.
We'll all get there. I think we will be in and out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Welcome.
Would anyone else like to share? Or
I'm not sure, Miriam, if I'm going to unmute you just to give you an opportunity to speak. You're unmuted. You can say yes or no. I just don't know if you can mute or unmute yourself.
No, I'm good. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just very touched by the whole thing. It's very beautiful. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you for being here, Miriam, and each of you for being here.
And also, Sunny, not sure you can unmute yourself, so I'm just going to unmute you momentarily and say whether you'd like to say something.
No, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you for being here and contributing your beautiful, energetic presence to the call.
And
Can I add?
Ah, yes.
So there was another piece that I had and I lost, but it just came back. So along with this is what I need to do, right? Spiritual practice thing was there was a fear that, right, by doing this and by letting in this stuff that is not part of my story, that I will destroy this entire thing that I have built, and then what happens to me? And that did not feel good.
Right. How about moving into the place where there are no stories, where we don't know what we are or who we are, or we just leave it open and we ask to the divine to show ourselves in our truth without putting any preconceived notions or limitations on it at all, which I know can be scary sometimes, but is also exciting and expansive and beautiful.
If you can box that, I'll buy it.
I think I'll have to get the Archangels of Absolute Light on that job rather than me as a human individual. Thank you again.
Megan, did you want to share something? I noticed you unmuted yourself for a moment there. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh. All right, here you are. Now you can speak. Sorry.
Thank you. No, I didn't have anything in particular to share, but I thought you wanted us all unmuted, so I unmuted myself.
I understand. Okay, thank you.
But I just to offer gratitude, I really enjoyed it, and thank you also, Kirsten, for inviting me. And it was really a very beautiful experience. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Megan. We're delighted to have you with us and each of you. Then shall we all unmute to maybe finish the call on a last?
Okay.
I wanted to say thank you to Jeanette for inviting me here today, and thank you for doing this, Julia. There was just such a song that kept coming back, like the Venusian Council of Love came through, and wanted to really say thank you for bringing us all to that 12th dimension of love. And yeah, the love and light that about as much as we can still stay informed.
Thank you, and thank you for being here. And is there anything that you would like to share of that message that they brought forth for you that you would like to share with the group as a whole?
Yeah, it's in light language though. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, maybe we can all mute ourselves then and let you share that.
There might be some English, but it's not something where you need to close your eyes, because some of it is visual as well. Yeah. The Venusian Council of Love greets you all and holds you in such high esteem. You are us and we are you, and we've met many times before this. as you are remembering. And we say thank you for your presence always and shining your light through difficulties. We stand beside you. We've been through this process in your future, which is not such a thing because there is no time. So it's all happening now. But we're helping you to remember what it was like to feel this immense love. Oshambala ki wate siawahika nasote alokaya nawa. Isaloka onotoya pa. Nasela kwaiha. Ina chota wakena. Ina sate kewa. Asete anoa kia satewa. Ina chole oka. Ina paya oahia. Elokolo. Olokola. Olokolane. Olane. Ola. Isawale heka. Ina toya kasia lokata. Ina tokopo. Ina tayawa. 131,313 sina pioka. Ina sale akau noa. 526 isaloke anate wahiaka. Ina wahika sotike. 18, 18, 18 ilako hite. Sanya wakia sotopaya. Ina sea 666, 777, 888, 999 korompantia. Salakoina. Chute wala kiana. Pachamama solokia tawaya. Isalakia na tawaya wate. Ina sate akaya cha ina kote. Ina kalawatia sa. Siana te wakiana. Ina lotia potia sa. Ina chole takana satyata. Achana. Onitaya kaha yana. Asoloto ela kia wata. Pare pare pare. Norisipika. Ina si awala kia nata. Ina toya ka. Tak, tak, tak. Shambhala te kawaina. Thank you.
Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful transmission, Bonnie. I'm sure on behalf of all of us, we all felt the strength and the power of it. So thank you so much for being in this space with us and for sharing it with us.
Thank you for having me today. And again, thanks, Jeanette. Too. I'll mute myself now.
That was absolutely tremendous, wonderful, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Is there anything else that anyone would like to share? Just quick. Doesn't look like anyone is raising a hand. So with gratitude and love to each of you for your presence and for the unique light that you're embodying and the codes that you're allowing to come through, whether that's through your connection in meditation or the light language that you speak or the physical presence that you're simply embodying and being in the world. Just thank you to each of you for being the presence of light and love that you are in the world, and let each of us really step up now in faith and with strength and with courage and in trust, in great trust in the divine and divine rightness of all things, to take our place as leaders on the face of the planet at this time, which might not look like the leaders of the past. I'm being advised now we're going to be leaders with love and with compassion and with holding for of equality for all things, for all beings, including the animals and the earth. But let us be brave and strong and courageous in stepping forward and claiming that place for ourselves now. And as we have beautiful Sarah with us now, let us also be strong in being the leaders for the children and supporting them in coming forth into the embodiment of light that they are. And beautiful Sarah, thank you for bringing your energy to our call and for being
another beautiful little girl here.
Oh, hello. Yes, hello. It's wonderful to have you with us today, and we're so grateful. And I'm sure when I talk like this, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Thank you. Hello, how are you? And thank you, everyone. And yes, by sharing that love with our children and with the young ones around us, we help them to embody more of that presence. So let us all remember to do that in our interactions with the young ones, as well as with the animals and the other light workers and way showers that we are interacting with.
Oh, thank you so much, Julia. I'm going to unmute everybody, and we can all just put our voices on the recording as we wish each other good night. Trying to
Mama,
unmute
she only
everybody.
has 2 letters.
Some people I cannot
Thank you so
unmute.
much.
For some reason I
So
can't
beautiful and
unmute.
powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Good night,
Much love.
everyone.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Really blessing. Bye bye.
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 Good night.